But we're going to talk now about the European Union, because the European Broadcasting Union, not affiliated with the EU, in fact, it banned the EU flags during the Eurovision final. Well, that act was mind-blowing and a gift to the enemies of Europe. That's according to the Commission Vice President Margaritis Schinas.
It might sound a little bit hyperbolic to you at home, but that's what she had to say. This decision followed weeks of controversy surrounding the competition, with the EBU deciding to ban any political symbols or flags other than those of participating countries. And, of course, the European Union got caught up in that. They said no to that flag as well.
Well, let's discuss this now with the head of policy at the MCC Brussels, a European think tank, Jacob Reynolds. Jacob, it's pretty extraordinary that we've got statements from both the Vice President of the Commission, but also the official spokesman for Ursula von der Leyen, the Commission President. They seem really incensed about this.
Well, it certainly has kind of really rattled them. And I mean, the situation obviously descended kind of into farcical territory, but following very much the intense politicization and very political nature of this year's Eurovision, especially surrounding Israel. But what's quite clear is that, I mean, almost inadvertently, it seems, the European Broadcasting Union kind of got it right, which is that they've identified that the EU flag and the flag of the Council of Europe, that flag you're showing there, has become increasingly a political symbol, and not just, as they like to try and pretend, kind of the flag that just happens to be associated with countries that are in the EU or part of the Council of Europe. I mean, today there's a big press conference going on where they've emblazoned a series of planes with part of the EU flag and the slogan, "Say Yes to Europe." So what's clear is that the EU elite really are transforming this into a kind of political symbol that says, are you with us? Do you want more Europe, more European immigration, more European integration? Do you want all of these things? You want the Green Deal and net zero? And if so, then kind of that's the flag, and you have to sign up to all of these things. Whereas people kind of, I think, should see that. I mean, the flag is supposed to just represent that you're part of the European Union, but now it's become very much a politicized and political symbol.
It's so interesting because this is taxpayers' money, European taxpayers' money, going towards this slogan, "Say Yes to Europe." I mean, the Eurovision Song Contest is meant to be non-political. Of course, that's a sort of a farcical aim, because it's always deeply political, whether it's the Ukrainian entry from 2007, which was titled Lasha Tumbai, which spoken quickly sounded like Russia goodbye, or the Armenian entry from a few years ago called Don't Deny, which was, some people were pointing out, could be a reference to the Armenian genocide and genocide denial. But also this year, you had Joost Klein, the Dutch entry, which didn't actually got disqualified in the end, didn't perform on the final. His song was called Europapa. And it was all about how wonderful free movement is, how brilliant the EU institutions are. The music video has him standing in front of 4 European Union flags.
Eurovision could be your mastermind topic, Tom.
But Jacob, the point here is there seems to be a lack of understanding about what is politics and what isn't politics.
Well, you're right to identify that Eurovision always has been political and has become more and more political in recent years. And I mean, the prime example of this is that they might say ban the Palestinian flag or the EU flag, but very much the pride flag has kind of centre stage throughout the whole of Eurovision. So on the face of it, that's why this is kind of farcical, because everybody knows that it is political and they can't try and maintain this distinction. But it very much is the case that the EU flag, as I should say, taxpayers' money, but it's part and parcel of a whole, if you like, propaganda campaign, especially in the run-up to the European parliamentary elections, that says this is the symbol of kind of everything that's great about Europe. This is the symbol of openness and tolerance and immigration and open borders and being environmentally friendly. And that's what they're trying to portray the European flag as, very much like they try and portray.
Certainly, but the problem is it doesn't mean that to everyone, and they might see that in the upcoming elections. Thank you so much, Jacob Reynolds.